What is going on, family? Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Full disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm here to teach a skill, guys, that I have mastered over the last 7 years. That if you apply it correctly, you too can change your life and dominate the game. Let's get right into it, family. Let's get right into it. Holy crap, what a day. What a day for our plays that we called out last night. If you were a part of it and you made money with our plays last night, drop a heart in the comments, man. I want to hear all about it. I want to celebrate you, family, because this is incredible, man. What a day we had. It seems like all of our plays hit. Not to glorify me, but just to glorify the charts, man, and you know what the charts tell us on the day-to-day basis. It is absolutely, without a doubt, the best thing to learn is just to learn chart reading, guys. I'm telling you right now, learn what the charts are doing, learn what they're saying, learn how they operate, man. I'm telling you, life-changing moves we are going to be making on this channel. If you want to be a part of it and you're ready to get a part of this, let's go, family. Let's go. Tap in, tap in, tap in. All right, first one on the day, man, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I called it out last night. I said if this thing could get above 178, this thing was going right back to all-time highs, guys. That's exactly what we've seen on the day. However, there was some news regarding NVIDIA, which is why it jumped the way it jumped today. They are now partnering with OpenAI, which is huge that they are now partnering with them. It was like 150, I forget what it was, 150, 180 billion or something they invested in the Opendoor. So huge, man. Huge for the company, huge for OpenAI, ChatGPT, huge for all of them. You know, this is going to be you know, a big step in the right direction for, you know, for chip stocks, for, you know, semiconductors, for all the AI stuff, all the AI stocks. This is huge, you know. So NVIDIA had that news. I would assume that this thing is what, but remember, we don't assume around here, we react, right? So all-time highs is about 184, 185, give or take. It kind of pushed up a little bit over it today. Made a slightly tiny higher all-time high, but ultimately just consolidated at 183 for the rest of the day, closed here. I would like to see a retest, honestly, I would like to see a retest of 178 and to see if, you know, this is a confirmed move, you know, even though that this went on with the company and even though, you know, they're making big moves, it still could not be a, you know, regardless, man, I would like to see a retest of 178 on NVIDIA. If NVIDIA continues to hold 178, this thing is bullish, guys. This thing is probably going to start making its way to 200 by now, with this news, especially with this news that came out. So I would like to see a retest just to confirmation that it is ready to start going up towards that 200. But if we don't see it and it continues to hold 183, 181, you know, I'm saying this thing's probably going to go to 185 and then 190 next, guys. So be on the lookout for that. Make your money with NVIDIA. You know, be careful. Make sure you have time with these contracts, guys. NVIDIA is kind of a slow mover right now. You know, I feel like it's being kind of held back a little bit. But, you know, when this thing gets moving, guys, it's going to move and it's going to move like a freight train. So, but I would definitely get some time on your contracts. NVIDIA's, you know, their options are not very expensive. So, you know, you can get something for a couple months out for pretty cheap, but I would like to see this thing start making its way to 200. If it continues to hold 180, I think that is the case, guys. If it continues to hold 180, 181, I do see, you know, it hitting 185, 190, and then ultimately trying to push up to that $200 level. So that's what I would be looking for on NVIDIA. Don't overcomplicate it. That's all I got for that one. Meta, man. Meta winded up pushing. You couldn't really do much to the upside on Meta today. However, I did say, though, if it starts breaking under support, when support was like 775, 776, under that, you got a little bit of support at 773. And then once it started breaking under that, guys, I told you to short this thing right down to 764, 765. And that's exactly what we've seen on the day, guys. It moved up to 785 by the time the market opened. Had a nice initial push, got rejected at 785 and just dumped all day long. If it continues to hold 765, same level, 773, 780, 785 to the upside. Below 760, below 765 is 738, and then ultimately 735. So keep those on your watch list, or keep this on your watch list. Did I say 745? I meant. Did I say 730? I don't remember. Anyway, Netflix winded up holding that 1210 where it was at yesterday before market open. It was at 1210, winded up pushing up to 1230. I told y'all, man, if it continues to hold 1210, easy long right and back into 1230. Winded up getting rejected at 1230, just consolidating at 1225, close the day there. I would like to see this thing. You don't touch Netflix right now until it either confirms below 1220 or confirms above 1230. Once it confirms and holds 1230, this thing is ready to take off, guys. It really is, in a real way. So, but if Netflix winds up getting rejected, coming back to 1220, and then you see it start to dump and it doesn't hold 1220, right? Same levels, 1210, right to 1200, and then ultimately 1185. Nice short opportunity there. Tesla, man, Tesla's another one, another banger on the day, man. I kept telling y'all that it looked weird, man. It looked weird, the fact that it didn't even break out on Friday. I told y'all that it was going to run up and at least get it out of the way, that 440 level, man. And that's exactly what we've seen on the day. It continued to hold. That 423, 424 was up to 430. In the pre-market, came back down a little bit and then just took off, guys. Took off right to 440. Ultimately hit 444, 445 on the day, but couldn't sustain itself, couldn't hold that 440 level. Guess it's not ready to continue, moving upwards just yet. Be patient. But it came all the way back down to 430 from that high of 444, 445, whatever it was. Came all the way back down to 430, winded up closing the day at 435. So here's the deal with Tesla. All right. If it starts to break below 432, easy short right back to 426. And then ultimately that 423, 424 level again. Simple, easy, clear cut. If it starts to break above, guys, and it wants to get above, wants to continue going upwards, and it starts to break and hold that 440 level, not just flash above it like it did today, and then just, start tumbling its way back down. I mean, really hold and close above that 440 level. Get ready. Hope you buckle up. You know what I'm saying? Buckle up your seatbelt because this thing is about to go on a ride. So it's the first stop is 450, and then ultimately that 460 level. That's another big level that it is going to hit if it continues this momentum, if it continues moving up, guys. Below, like I said, below 432, 426, and then 423, 424. Under 424, you already know, 411, 394. But, Tesla's looking strong right now. Even though that it didn't hold that 440 level, it's still holding up above 430, which is a good sign. Definitely closed up $10 higher than it did yesterday or on Friday. So again, we don't touch it until it either confirms below 432. You short it down to 426. or until it gets above 440, and then you know what I'm saying, lock in a call on that, ride it up, get in, get out, bounce. Let me see here. Palantir couldn't really do nothing with Palantir today. Just kind of consolidated. It's consolidating at 180, which is, you know, still a bullish sign for Palantir. If Palantir can get above 180, same levels, 185, 184, 185, and then ultimately pushing up to that 189. If it continues to, or if it starts to break below 179, guys, 177, 174. Remember the targets that I had for Palantir going in, going up? Remember the price targets I had was 174, 177. Well, it's the same targets to the downside. If it starts to break below 177, boom, you hammer it right to 174. Easy money, baby. What else I got for y'all? Microsoft didn't really do nothing on the day. Couldn't really do nothing with it. Just consolidated at 515. Apple, man, holy crap. Apple went absolutely berserk today. You know, just went on an absolute tear. Winded up busting through both of my price targets on Apple. I said, guys, if Apple can hold 245, this thing was going to 250, 252, and then ultimately 255. And that's exactly what we've seen here today. Broke right through 250 when the market opened, and then pushed right to 256 on the day. Closed at 256 nonetheless, which is wild. You know, so tomorrow for Apple, guys, if it wants to continue, if the train wants to continue, guys, you know, if the train wants to continue on Apple tomorrow and the trend wants to continue to go up above 255, 260, boom, clear cut, very simple. Above 255, 260, below 250, below 255, you got 250, and then ultimately back down to 248, 249. Or 248, 247. So get in with the train, make your money, but you know, be careful with Apple. It already had a nice day. You know, I would honestly be expecting a pullback tomorrow. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't get too bullish, you know. Don't get too bullish or too bearish, you know. Take one day at a time, one play at a time. You already know. But I would like to see, honestly, I would like to see a pullback from Apple tomorrow to 250. See if it can hold and gain some support at that 250 level. Because right now, you know, it's just in no man's land all the way up here. You know, who knows if this is really a sustainable level, you know. So you got to wait, be patient, wait for a nice pullback. If it continues to hold that previous high, which was 250, boom, you already know, right back to 252 and then 255. If it continues to hold 255 and it doesn't even want to look back to 250, you already know. 259 to 260. Boom. Clear cut, in and out, make your money bounce. And then another one, man, another one of our bangers that we talked about last night. I was telling y'all, I kept telling y'all, yo, real quick. I know there's not too many people watching me right now, and, you know, it sucks. It really sucks. The fact that you guys aren't catching these plays, man, because I'm telling you guys, this is life-changing money. This is life-changing money, guys. I'm telling you, I'm on point, guys. I am a technician in the stock market, man. For real. Like, I am a technician in the stock market. I react to the levels, and we get in and out, we make our money, we bounce, right? And then we reinvest our earnings when we make that profit. But nonetheless, you got to stop. I'm telling y'all better lock the fuck in, man. Y'all better lock in, and y'all better start paying attention and start trusting in your boy, man. I'm telling you, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to continue to share my plays. I'm going to continue to do my due diligence, do my research, keep teaching you guys the right way, keep teaching risk management and all the important things that go along with trading stocks that a lot of people don't talk about. And I'm telling you guys right now, y'all better stop missing the train, man. Stop missing the train. This is like number 4 or 5 today that I hit right in a row. like I said, again, it's not me. It's not me. All right. It's not glory to me. It's glory to God, and it's glory to the charts themselves, man, because that's all we're doing. We're just playing the charts. I'm not just calling random shit out. Okay. I am following the charts. I am watching what the charts are doing, what they are telling me, and what they are explaining. I have gotten to a point now where I am like a chart whisperer at this point. For real. Like, I know my shit, guys. And I'm telling you right now, you guys could be on the train, making your bread, making your, yearly salary in a month. I'm telling you right now, stop missing the boat, all right? Stop missing the boat. I'm not trying to pump myself up, but I know my shit, all right? So let's just get right into it. CoreWeave. I said, man, if CoreWeave could hold 125, guys, this thing is looking dangerous. It is looking dangerous, and it's got a nice gap fill. Not really a gap fill, but it's an illiquidity zone all the way up to that 140, 143, and then ultimately 148. I didn't even put that one on you guys last night, that 148. 148 is where it can continue to run to, all right? So I'm telling you this now. I told y'all 125, above 125, this thing is running, guys, and it's running. And that's exactly what we've seen here on the day, man. It went up. It was up $11 today at the high, or $12 at the high, pushed all the way up to 137. 137, guys. I called out 140. Didn't quite hit the 140. I'll own up to that one. But it's not done, all right? It's not even close to done. I'm telling you guys now, it's going to keep running. This thing is like a moving freight train right now. The fact that it closed up here at 133, it dipped once it hit 137. It dipped down, just consolidated at 133 and closed the day here, man. So for this, if it continues to hold 130, I would like to see a retest, honestly, of 130. I would like to see a retest of 130 and then ride this thing right back to ultimately get to 140, 143, and then 148. All right. If it starts to break below 130 and cannot sustain itself, it's pushing right back to 125. All right. So very clear cut levels under 125, 121. What it was in the pre-market this morning, 121, 122. So right back down to there if 130 cannot hold. All right. So, but there's still some juice in the tank on CoreWeave. I'm telling you that now. That's ticker symbol CRWV. All right. Get busy with CoreWeave, guys. Get busy with all of our stocks, all of our levels. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, I don't miss. All right. We are not going to miss. We might have some bumps and bruises along the way. Not every day is going to be a good day. Of course, not every day is going to be a home run day. Some days you're just going to have to be happy with taking that 5%, that 10%, 15, 20% on your play rather than, 50, 100, 1,000% on your play. You know what I mean? So not every day is going to be a home run. Not every day is going to be easy. Remember, you don't have to trade every day. You don't have to take part in the trades every day. If you don't see a setup that you like, don't trade it. Be smart, be strategic, guys. Get in and out of your plays. Have good entries, good exits, and react to the levels that we see in front of us, baby. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Have a good night. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.